we're Jess and Freddie, and Winnie of course. We've just completed a 6-month home renovation project on our London Victorian terrace, and now we're here to share the final result of our big project, turning this house into our dream home. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my room reveal series. So this week we are going to be showing you another bathroom. This is the master bedroom ensuite, and this project was a real lesson learned. It was the first room we got into the actual detail of within the build, so we were real amateurs at the start of this and lots of mistakes were made. Like I said, lots of lessons learned, and we pulled it off just. So I feel quite proud of this space because it was a struggle at times and I think it looks really good. So in this video I'm going to take you through designing the space, the mistakes we made, the costs, a bit of detail on some of the items we picked for the room, and some do's and don'ts when planning an ensuite. So let's go. Gloss, shower, get into the shower, turn it on here, take my shampoo out my shower leash. Yeah, that's... Oh well, hello there, into the ensuite. We loved coming up and checking out the build every single day on the roof. This is what it used to look like before we added an additional floor to the house. And within 5 weeks, the builders had taken it from this into this. So very quick progress. There's the shell of the loft. They put the walls up, the stud walls, for the loft. However, now I can see the walls up. I think I've made a huge mistake. I'm not sure, but I think that window is too small. Now that I can see the structure and everything, the window is tiny and it's the only window in here. This is going to be boarded up. And once the ceiling is on, there's going to be less light. It just seems so small, and we could have had as big a window as we wanted. It's the luxury of starting the build from scratch, and I'm really annoyed at myself. Lots of discussions with our architect and doing different sketches, different layouts before going forward with the final plan. Now, we loved this sketch because it was a very large ensuite, separate sinks, great space. However, the only problem is that it left no wardrobe or dressing storage in the bedroom. So we went with the final plan as this smaller ensuite. Loved it. However, then when we were coming to build it, our builder said that all plumbing has to go on the left-hand wall or the back wall because this right-hand wall is a shared wall. So all pipes need to go on exterior walls. So the layout we've gone with in the end was actually the only choice we had, basically. It does mean that the toilet is the first thing you see when you open the door into the ensuite, which is like a bit of a pet peeve of mine. However, we literally didn't have any other option. The other constraint we had with this area of the build was head height. So because we're in the loft and there is a legal height limit on our building with our planning permission, it meant that we had maximum 2 meters head height in the room. The builders went as low as they could on the floor and as high as they could in the ceilings, and that's the space it left us with. It did give us constraints with planning the shower head and also not being able to have a wet room. So once again, the design has been clipped a bit from what we originally thought it was going to look like, but you got to work with what you got. So now that we've got the layout agreed, it's time to work on the aesthetics, which is my favorite bit. So for a bathroom, I always want it to be light, bright and clean. And I've done that by having the white bathroom furniture. I knew I wanted to go greyish kind of tiles. Now, always fearful of grey washing, I needed to add a bit more warmth back into it. So I started playing around on Moodboards to kind of see what tiles and tapware and surfaces I can use together to create this clean, light and bright feel, but also warm and cosy, which to make a bathroom cozy I think is a bit of a challenge because you're never going to add in carpet or rugs or cushions or anything which make a room cozier. And this was the kind of look I was getting. Looking at this, I just love the detail of the tiles with the chevron flooring. Love the boldness of the matte black tapware, the warmth of the wood that will be the shelves for the sink. I am working with Wild deodorant this month, which is so cool because I have loved using this deodorant for the last few months. And I actually started my natural deodorant journey about 2 years ago, and nothing ever really worked for me. And then I heard all the noise about Wild, I tried it and believed the hype because this stuff is incredible. It's a natural deodorant that actually works. It smells amazing. It's aluminium and paraben free. It's not an antiperspirant, so it doesn't block your pores. It keeps you smelling fresh all day. Also love it because it comes in these beautiful reusable aluminium cases, which you can get engraved, which is just the sweetest thing ever. There's different colours. I went for this copper one, which I think is so cute. And there's lots of different scents that you can pick from each month. My favourite scent is the fresh cotton and sea salt, so that's the one I'm going to be putting in today. It smells exactly how you'd expect it to smell. It's clean, fresh, delicious. It's one of their most subtle scents, which I love. Oh, it's so clean, so good. It arrives in cardboard, which is recyclable. The aluminium cases are reusable, so you put your refills in there, and then these are actually made out of bamboo, and they go in your compost bin once you're finished with them. So the sustainability factor is brilliant. Also unisex, so Freddie and I both use Wild deodorant these days. So really easy to input the refills like I'm showing you here. The texture of these Wild deodorants is also so creamy and nourishing when you put it on your skin. I also have a 20% off code for you, which is JessRP, which you can use on the Wild website. I've linked it below, so you can just get it from my description box and enjoy your own experience with Wild.
Any decisions?
I've now switched to this as the floor tile, and this is the tap, the Methven black. We've got all black for...
Shows our boast.
Yeah, she's really heavy. Something I learned in the last refurb was you've got to get quality tapware because it just breaks. We had like a tap for like 9 months in our bathroom and it already broke in our old place. So yeah, quality taps.
Winnie's eating your samples.
Winnie. So my new tile samples have arrived. Here they are. They look exactly the same as my other tile samples that are here. These are the porcelain superstore ones, and these are the Mandarin stone. Now, the price difference is huge. So we've got this together is £4.50 and this is £7.70. So it's like a £300 price hike. I was gonna order the cheaper ones until I noticed on the website that it looks totally different as an 80 by 80 slab than it does as this size. So I'll pop in a picture here of like the full room layout. And as you can see, there's like detail in the tile that then has like a vein through it. So when you put the tiles next to each other, the vein doesn't flow through and it's broken, and that really jars with me, and I can't get over it. My issue with the floor tiles, which look exactly the same like this, I would have 100% ordered this one from Porcelain Superstore. This one comes in chevron and the other one doesn't. It's just large slabs, and I really want chevron for the ensuite. So we're going with the more expensive tile here. That's the biggest price hike. It's got to be right, and things like this annoy me. We made mistakes in our flat before and they annoyed me, and I'm not willing for a couple of £100 for something so visible. It's worth the investment here. Because this was at the very beginning of the build, it was very easy to justify this and do that upspend. However, throughout the rest of the build, we did actually rein it back in because we realised we were spending over budget. The tiles though, it was a big deal, and I think that even if we were at the end of the build and we were making this decision, I probably still would have gone for the more expensive tile because it makes or breaks the room. It's the biggest feature, especially the chevron floor print. It is the wow factor of the room, so it was worth every penny. So Freddie has drawn me out the square footage plan, and I just need to add it all up and get it. So we need 4 square meters for the floor, obviously not including the shower tray, and then we need 10 square meters for the wall, which is going to go along this wall halfway up here, full height in the shower area, and then this wall is gonna have nothing because no water is ever gonna reach it. So I'm gonna get a paint to match this.
Showers can get quite splashy.
Freddie is like 6 to 8 foot away from the shower. Splashy.
Pretty wild in there sometimes.
Splashy shower. Tiles are now marked on here. So we've got, these are the big 60 by 60 slabs. There's the slabs in question. And then we're going to do the chevron print on the floor, which he's not drawn out yet. So the tiles are going to come up to here. Sink is going to come up to about here, which means there's going to be a little bit of a backsplash for the tap. And then we'll have a mirror above. And then they did the tiling yesterday up here. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. And they've obviously skimmed, painted this, and then I'm gonna go over with the Limewash paint. Then our tapware is Methven, so really good quality tapware. This is actually supposed to come out like this, but because we've only got 2 meters head height in here, because we did have to lower the ceiling for planning height restrictions, the builders have managed to put the pipe like vertically up and in the ceiling as high up as possible. So it just means we've got like decent head height under the shower. Keep going.
This is much better.
Oh, so much better. I don't think I vlogged this because it happened so quickly and we were so busy yesterday, but we ordered a shower tray and shower screen together from Victoria Plumbing. It was a really good deal, but the shower screen came to like here and the builder was like, that is just gonna splash everywhere. You might want a bigger one. So when on Facebook Marketplace, I got this for 100 quid and it's massive and it looks so good. That is a good view for showering. I am finally painting the ensuite. This room has been finished and usable for 3 months and I am now only painting it 3 days before the vlog goes live. I've been avoiding this for so long. One of the reasons I have been avoiding it is because it is Limewash paint. So if you follow home accounts on Instagram, I'm sure you've probably heard of this Bowick brand. They do the Limewash paint in literally every colour. I've gone for the stone colour. I'm hoping that I'm able to successfully Limewash the walls and ceilings of this bathroom. I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna get under there. Just watched a tutorial that they have on their YouTube channel. It was 8 minutes of such simple instructions on how to do it, and I'm also just gonna have it up here in case I need to like rewatch bits. Okay, so when you start lime washing, first of all, you're gonna make sure that your walls are sanded, that there's no caulking sticking out or any grooves that are gonna show behind the paint. Then you're gonna make sure the walls are clean. And when you open your paint, you're going to give it a big stir because Limewash paint is a natural material. It's literally made up out of crushed limestone and heated up mixed with water, and it forms this paste that does separate. It is a natural product, so it does have this like quite earthy smell as well. Anyway, so as you're painting, you're going to spread the paint in crisscross and random short strokes in patches in the room, work little patches all over the room, and then combine them together in the end by filling in the gaps with more crisscross overlaying. What I would definitely say as well is that before installing things like towel rails and radiators, make sure you've painted because it is tricky to get that brush behind them. So you'll have to use a skinny roller like this and it just doesn't give the same brushed effect as that large flat brush. So we did 3 coats for this kind of even finish texture. It looks really good. It looked patchy at the start when it was still drying properly, but once it's done it will definitely look more even. Okay, first impressions, really like it. So subtle. I guess you can see next to the Pure Brilliant White there, the colour, that's like 1 coat. They suggest 2 to 3 applications, so I might do 2. But I don't want it too dark. I love the lightness of it. I think the quality is really nice of the paint, even though it is watery and very light. That is the Limewash. Beautiful quality, dries instantly. I bought the brush on their website because I thought, okay, I want the right kit. It's arrived and I could have probably bought it from B&Q and it not cost £15. And it's not good because it immediately started leaving bristles on the wall and I had to scratch them off, which then kind of stalled my process of slapping the paint on. And you do it in this kind of like swishy motion like this so that you get that texture. But just if you do buy their brush, buff it first so that it's not sticking to the wall. I'm gonna run out. That's all I've got left. And it needs at least 1 more coat. It's very patchy. So I'm gonna have to order some more, which is very, very annoying. Well, here she is in all her glory, all finished. I am actually surprised at how well it turned out. I'm going to start with what I love first. So our tapware is just such amazing quality. We've gone for the matte black taps from Methven. So this is the sink tap and matching plug. And then over here we have the shower valve, and we've got the overhead waterfall shower and then the body shower as well. I'll link all of these below. This genius hack that my builder showed me was put your shower valve at the entrance to your shower so that you can turn on the shower and not get completely soaked whilst it's warming up. So I love that hack. Another thing that we did with our water here was we installed a water softener. It's in our utility room, and basically it means that if you live in a hard water area like we do in London, it softens the water with salts before it comes out of your shower head or your taps. So especially on black tapware, you can get like quite a chalky white build-up around them, and it is from the hard water. So with a water softener, that doesn't happen, so it's amazing. We don't need to clean it like vigorously every day, and also it's such clean, lovely water on your hair and your skin. So that was a really good investment, and I would highly recommend it if you are going to be doing matte black taps. I really think that the black tapware just makes such a bold statement against the very light grey coloured tiles. If we'd gone with chrome, I think it would have blended in too much against the grey, and I think that the brass colour would have just been too washed out against grey tiles and beigey coloured walls. The boldness of the black is just absolutely perfect. As well, I really like that these are soft edges of the tap against the very sharp rectangular sink. It's a bit of a contrast, and then as well the contrast of the circular mirror. So we've got round, rectangle, soft, which is nice. So it's all those different shapes. Another thing I love is the beautiful blend of the Bowick Limewash paint with the mandarin stone tiles. That looks lovely. I'll link the exact colours below. Another thing we did for space saving was a herringbone detail instead of chevron. We did this because the room is very narrow and we would have lost a zigzag. So by doing a more narrow pattern with a herringbone, then you just get an additional zig. Another thing I absolutely adore is my shower niche. Actually, it's so big I should probably call it a shower shelf. The size of it, I like that it's like a bold statement. It feels like a hotel shower room. I'd actually never in my life seen clear silicone before, and I just love it because it's so unnoticeable compared to white silicone, especially on the wood and tile edging. Okay, mistakes we made in this room. Right, I'm going to start with the window because after having a window too small, we got the builders to increase the size. I ordered a larger window, and just in the mix-up of deciding different sizes, I ordered the wrong size. So the new window showed up and it was about 200mm shorter than it should have been, so the box cutting was to here. So they had to just add more planks of wood and then plasterboard down so that it was a smaller window. Not as much a big deal in here as it was in the bedroom because I ordered that one wrong as well. I will explain that in detail on that vlog. But anyway, the only thing that it left weird in this space was that the window was quite low to the tile and then there was this very large gap above. So what we did was we hung the blind just a bit higher than we normally would have, and it does disguise it. Also, I went for this bamboo blind from B&Q. I just love the warmth of it against the contrast of the black and the grey. So it just adds more warmth and texture to the room, whereas it could look quite clinical here if you didn't have those details. Another mistake, I really wish I'd gone for a wall hung toilet. On my last bathroom vlog, I had a few people comment saying that in Germany it's just so standard wall hung, like it's not even a debate. And I don't know, maybe that's becoming more common here, but a lot of people are still into these close coupled toilets. My reasoning mainly for it is that If we'd had a wall hung, and this goes for also if we'd had a wet room, then this beautiful tile detail would have continued right to the edge of the wall, whereas it cuts off the detail where the toilet sits. Now, I know we couldn't do anything about the wet room, of course, because we couldn't have one. The floor underneath is not deep enough for the shower tray to be hidden. However, we could have had a wall hung toilet. The toilet's quite cheap, so I wouldn't actually recommend it. The screws always loosen and the toilet seat just like moves about constantly. So I mentioned this earlier about not liking seeing the toilet when you first come in the bathroom, and now I wish that I'd hung the sliding door on this wall, so this frame could have been moved this way a bit, and then the door would have slid that way. That way you would have walked into the shower area and not the toilet. I mean, it's such a small detail, it doesn't matter, and there's no way we can change it because the frame is built in the wall. But looking back, I would have changed that. Costs for the ensuite. So the full cost of all the products we sourced for the ensuite is £3,108.04. Once again, that doesn't include any labour because we paid for that to our builder. The reason that this actually cost more than the main floor bathroom, which has more bathroom furniture in it and is a larger room, is because we spent more on tiles. We tiled up the walls all around the room in this room, whereas in the bathroom downstairs we only did the shower area, so that had a larger cost. The taps that we've got upstairs are a much better quality tap, and my lesson learned that I explained in last week's video is if you buy cheap taps, they are going to break, so always invest as much as you can in taps. We then saved money in other areas. We got a very reasonably priced mirror. It was £40 from Argos, and our laundry basket was like 25 quid. So accessorizing cheaply and then investing in the tiles. Okay, do's and don'ts when creating a bathroom or an ensuite. Do plan your space from the very beginning and know exactly where you want stuff, because once builders get involved and plumbers, everything becomes very practical. So your design vision might change because of logistics of plumbing and actually feasibility of where stuff can go. So if you're involved in the process from the beginning, then you can work with them to make sure you can still try and achieve the layout and the look that you want. Do visit showrooms to try and see tiles, because tile samples arrive this size and you never actually get a real clear picture of what they're going to look like. Also, it might not create the look you want, so definitely get to a showroom and see a tile in its full size so you can see the full pattern and detail and texture of it. Do put your shower valve at the entrance to your shower instead of in the shower. This way you can turn it on, not get absolutely soaked whilst the water is warming up. Do try and add warmth to your bathroom. So bathrooms can be very clinical because obviously we want them to stay clean and hygienic. So once you've got your bathroom suite in, add in warmth and texture with woven baskets for storage, warmer colour on the wall, Limewash paint which does add a bit of a texture, candles, add in greenery with plants, add in fluffy towels that make it feel really luxurious and cosy. Do buy a wall hung toilet. I'm joking, get whatever you want, but that's my opinion. Don't just tile in the shower area, so it looks a bit cheap if you do this. So even if you've spent a lot of money on tiles and then the bathroom almost looks a bit incomplete, to make it look more luxurious, tile beyond just the shower area. Now, if you can't afford that, then the best thing to do is to colour match the walls with the tiles, and then they blend in, they're less noticeable. So we've done that downstairs and it works totally fine. However, in the ensuite, we did tile beyond the shower area, and it does definitely give it more of a luxurious spa-like vibe. Don't clutter the space. You want it to be kept minimal and simple as possible. Bathrooms are very functional. Whilst we can make them look beautiful, don't buy huge vanity units if it is a small space. Floating shelves and storage baskets is a lot lighter a look and still has a functional purpose, but doesn't visually clutter the room. Also, on the subject of storage, be savvy, get a medicine cabinet mirror, softer laundry baskets that compact when they're not full as opposed to a very large bin. Try and be savvy with your accessories so that they can be as functional as possible and not to clutter the space too much. Okay, well, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching another one of my vlogs. I hope this was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week with the next room reveal. Bye!